Good morning, all, for Sunday, the 5th of December. So, I wouldn't normally say that today's one of the better days of the week, but certainly looking at the synoptic for this week, it certainly will be. Low pressure not particularly far away, and once again, we're in a northwesterly flow. Now, in the 5 years I've worked at Lasham, I've not seen so much run of northwesterlies here, so it is still causing us a problem. And as we can see, occluded fronts, which is just the straggling sort of the Midlands, shouldn't cause us too much more than a cloud feature today. But as we go through into tomorrow, the first of the Atlantic systems comes through, wet and windy. And as we look into Tuesday, a low of 957, sort of just reaching the coast of Ireland. That isn't good news. That's a significantly deep storm. I mean, 964 centred on the Isle of Man. I would expect that to be a named storm and for it to cause a fair amount of disruption like Storm Arwen did. So, yes, feeling for all of those up north that have just had their power returned or will be soon and may have some troubles later in the week. But for today, we've got a ridge of high pressure sort of sats over Ireland at the moment, which unfortunately won't really bring any respite for us because it comes in during the night. And significant weather, just maybe the odd shower and a northwesterly breeze. Those northwesterly breezes are fairly strong. Looking at here, we're going to get 35 knots almost certainly at height, maybe even 40 in some places. Fairly constant across most of the country. And the satellite picture revealing a fair amount of clouds, not particularly low, it's probably about 1,800 feet at the moment. But yeah, some embedded showers and the like all around there. The public forecast today shows top temperature of 5 degrees today, so we might get to feel like a freezing, and that strong northwesterly wind not really abating today, with it being 15 knots, occasionally gusting up towards 30, and there is a Met Office weather warning for wind, the aviation side. That's roughly similar to what we've got here, 5 degrees on GFS, and dew points down to around 3 degrees. Farnborough at the moment are reporting 15 knots northwesterly. They're showing it a little bit more to the west, but it will come round. And we can see here that we will get sort of a cloud base of about 2,500 feet, but for a lot of the day, probably a little bit lower than that. Looking outside, that's the picture from Alton, as you can see there. So yeah, fairly scattered to overcast cloud at the moment. We'll just have a look at rain alarm just to see if there's anything in particular that we should be looking for in the rain forecast. See here some showers out towards Sussex and up in towards the Bristol Channel, but nothing coming our way at the moment, and hopefully it will keep that way. Top Meteo sort of shows that we should stay fairly dry away from those showers, but nothing really significant. And NOTAM wise, very quiet today. We'll just have a look at 13 and 12. Yeah, some parachute jumping in the Everley area up to, oh, that's very precise, 10,880 feet. So that's the most northeastern danger area in Salisbury. And Everley is active up to 13,000, which is quite unusual actually. So yes, do keep an eye out that you can't just hop across the danger areas just to the northwest of Middle Wallop there. Gliding at Middle Wallop as well, but there's nothing really else. Usual Farnborough, Solent and regular Boscombe NOTAMs other than that. So back to this. I'm afraid for the fourth time, I think I've been on this runway more than any other in the last 3 weeks. There is no choice. It will be 3-4 or we don't fly. So I'm hoping that there was enough so the sunshine on the ground yesterday that the ground is not going to be too mushy, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are some wet patches. So we'll have to have a look down there. Otherwise, I'll have to think of an alternative, but that alternative may not include winch launching. So yes, for 3-4 today, that's what it's going to look like. We do have the motorcyclists, as we always do on a Sunday. They normally operate down the bottom here, but I've moved them over to the 0.5 threshold. So no overflying or whizzing over the top over there, please. And the launch point will be here, aero towing down here. It'll be cold, it'll be damp, so make sure that you wrap up warm don't think we've got a particularly busy day. If you want a tow to the South Downs, I'm sure we can sort that. But again, it's still not quite northeasterly enough for it to be perfect for the Downs. But yeah, that's the operation today, and left-hand circuits preferred. Other than that, yes, a fairly damp week ahead. Just keep up to date with the forecasts. We may scrub early on Monday and Tuesday, depending on how things are going. So, see you on the airfields, or maybe do some Christmas shopping instead. Bye for now.